Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and good day wherever you are. You are watching and listening to the Off Key Podcast here with Severo Music Studios. I'm your host. I need no intro, but this is one of our mini series. We are just popping for a few minutes to just talk about subjects of the day, things that interest me in the entertainment, and everything that interests me. Feel free to interact yourself. This is the Off Key Podcast Entertainment News.
The Off-Key Podcast Entertainment News.
Okay, let me start the segment with a question, ladies and gents. What is the warranty you would expect on most services? Well, for my guest tonight, I'm not sure what the warranty says on his contract, but one of his customers decided to come back 4 years later and redeem a refund of which seemed a bit pointless now that certain things have happened. Calling in from the Midrand, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Romeo. Thanks for being on the Off Key Podcast, my guy.
Hey, brother. Thank you for having me, man.
So, how's the weather up there in Midrand?
It's freezing.
Freezing. Thanks for calling in to a boy from Cape Town, building bridges.
Right? You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what it's about, man.
So, the basic setup was this is
Right.
basically the photographer that, when we all saw the text. If you haven't, here it is right here, where it begins with, "Hi, Romeo. This is Romeo the photographer himself, who took pictures for a wedding for a couple. And 4 years later, is it correct? 4 years later, the wife, now ex-wife, has come back to this gentleman and said, if you can carry on from this point."
Yeah, man. So the lady comes back after 4 years. I did a wedding for her in Durban,
Mm-hmm.
when she was getting married at her husband's hometown, right?
Right.
Then did the shoot for her. She was happy, loved the pictures when I gave them to her. And yeah, we went our separate ways, and that was that. And
Mm-hmm.
then, it didn't should come back and say anything else. Um, then a few days ago, I get a WhatsApp message from her
Right.
saying, greeting me, "Hi, Romeo, how are you?" So when I saw the message, because I saved her number specifically
Right.
with her name and wedding at the
Right.
end of her name,
Yes, now
you
that's how I conduct business too. I have a lot of people with the same name, so I have to
know.
put some sort of associative word next to it. Now, some of us were thinking, man, what was this bride thinking in texting you? But more importantly, what were you thinking when this was suddenly occurring?
Hey, man. I was thinking a lot of things. I don't want to lie. I was thinking it's a joke,
Mm,
right? Like she's joking.
yeah,
She's going to tell me, "Hi, no, I'm just joking, man. I wanted to hire you for this event. Or I wanted to hire you for this." Another thought I had is when she told me she got divorced and the pictures are now useless. I thought, so when she said divorced, I'm thinking, is she gonna hit on me, right? Because she was
mm,
coming in some type of way. So I'm like, is she about to hit on me, because I was
right.
getting some vibes. So then I read the rest of it. She's talking about getting a refund. Like the pictures are now useless
Mm-hmm.
because the husband and her no longer need them
Yeah,
because they have now gone their separate ways. So now it's my responsibility to give her money back. As the person who took the pictures, I should pay her back for the pictures she no longer needs because she's not married anymore, so they are now useless to her.
right.
And
Did
yeah,
you ever think, if she went maybe to the other services, the other people that she utilized that day and asked for the same thing? Because
yeah,
let me ask you this, when you maybe have you shared that WhatsApp kind of conversation with people, and what were the responses you got, from people?
man,
Let me tell you a
man.
few of mine. Let me start this
Okay,
off.
okay.
When I
Let's hear
shared
that.
this, speaking as a photographer myself, and I
Right.
never thought this would actually be one of the reasons why I actually try and avoid weddings, because because first of
It's so
all,
sad.
Because first of all, it's sometimes too much for me. It's just a long day.
Yeah.
It's strenuous, and the color grading, the editing afterwards is just a nightmare for me.
Yes.
I'm a
Yes.
musician for first. Um,
Oh, me too. Me too.
awesome. What is it with us musicians and, just suddenly want to pick up a DSLR
Photography.
camera? Since we bought it, we might as well get paid for it, you know? You know?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we're all creators. Whatever we can do in this time and climate, man.
Do
So, in all honesty, the prices some venues charge, she should have asked them for a refund first. She's got bigger fish to fry than poor Romeo,
it.
right? And obviously, this is one that would be obvious. Is this is hilarious? I hope she returns all the wedding gifts too, right? Especially the cash gifts. I really can't believe this. Another lady
Right.
said, "I died a million deaths. I have seen and heard a lot of things, but this right here, WTAF. Make of that what you will." But my absolute favorite. I must thank you as well, Romeo, because some people have
Right.
commented on my wall who've never spoken to me in ages. And suddenly this becomes a
Wow,
subject
man.
that they want to share with me. It's,
Right.
so this gentleman said, "Nah, bro, sometimes the customer is completely wrong. She went Super Saiyan Karen on this one.
I like that. I like that one.
Where's your manager?"
I like that one. Yeah, she went full Karen. She was like, "No, as a business, you should have this in your contract that you should grant refunds because you are a business. You know, there's no business that doesn't give refunds."
Right.
But come on, 4 year pictures and 4 years later,
Hmm.
nonetheless, that's crazy.
Now, what
That's
are some of the
hilarious.
comments that you maybe received or the views?
Ah, man, it's been thousands of comments,
Hmm.
literally thousands of comments, and
Mm.
I was just reading some of them. You know, some of them are repetitive because if people have the same thoughts,
Yes.
you know, you should ask any other service providers for their money back. You know,
Hmm.
this lady is crazy. Some
Mm.
people don't believe it's real, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this guy is making it up. You know, he messaged himself. You
I
know what I
was,
mean?
yeah, because let's be honest, there are instances like that.
Yeah, there's a few comments like that on there, and I just laughed. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just laughed because yeah, it does happen, but I would have to be one crazy man to think of something like that.
Yeah, I was
You
thinking,
know what I mean?
since you made it up, I thought, man, you are really creative, man. This is a good one.
Right? I would take the credit if they say I made it up. That means I'm super
But
creative.
now you've uncovered, you've exposed that these kind of people are out there. So other
Yeah.
photographers, service providers, add a non-refund clause where you can.
You understand? I think we might have just helped a lot of other service providers. You know, I
Yeah.
was on a one other radio station where they even dedicated a whole show to service providers like us. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where they give them tips how to protect yourself because
Mm.
you never think anything like this can come across and
No,
happen.
absolutely
You know
not.
what
This
I
is
mean?
definitely not something you can provision for.
Exactly.
But speaking with some colleagues and friends today, I thought to myself, by the way, I sympathize with both parties. Divorce is a nasty and
Yeah.
hard process. But one thing that did occur to me, well, not occur to me, but it was just a thought. Since she wants to get all this money back, can you maybe give us a ballpark figure of how much she was actually? Because I loved it when she was actually bartering, like, okay, how about 70%?
Right. It was just like, you know what? Because remember, first she said she wants all the money they
All the
paid you.
money.
We
Yes.
want the amount we paid you.
Mm.
Then, then later, I think it was the next day or the same night. I don't remember. She was like, "Can I get 70% of the amount then? You know, can I at least get 70% if you're not gonna give me the
If
entire
she
amount?"
if she would been
Yeah.
satisfied, okay. Give us a ballpark figure of what the services for the wedding was like.
Right.
More
Right.
than 5 grand? Less than? Don't give us an exact figure. Just say maybe more than this, maybe
Okay.
less than this.
It was more than 10,000.
More than 10. You can believe that, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these pros you can believe who also do the whole cinematic drones and videography. They do the entire package and it costs them 30K. So this right
Yeah.
here, do not be surprised. Like I say, as a musician and like photographer, I attend a
Right.
lot of weddings. And
Yep.
the thing that the couples most budget for is definitely the venue and the
Yep.
pictures.
Yep. That they have to have pictures. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's no wedding with
Otherwise,
no pictures. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So photography, if they hire a professional, like a serious professional, it's anywhere from 10 to all the way to 50K. You know
Right.
what I mean? Sometimes even more than that if it's rich clients, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Depending on what you want. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I've
It all
I've had
depends on the client. Yeah.
I'm telling you, yeah. I've done weddings where it was 35K. You know, I charged them 35K and they haven't come back for a refund. Let's hope they don't, because I can't afford that.
You know something that else has spun off because of this, and you know how innovative and creative our South Africans are. That some
Right.
comedian friends have reached out to me and said, "Listen, we need to maybe make a short
Wow.
skit out of this."
Right. I've gotten so many approaches from that.
Uh-huh.
There's a friend of mine because I work with I work in the entertainment as well. So
Right.
I've got a lot of entertainment friends that are reaching out to me to do that.
Mm.
And one of them is actually working on a script as we speak. It's like, no, 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 no. We need to make this happen. This is hilarious. We need to get an actress. We need to get actors. We need to make this happen. You know, it's
Wow.
crazy.
So like a short
Crazy.
film or something like that. We haven't covered some more kind of underground information today, ladies and gentlemen. It is Severo Music Studios speaking with the one and only photographer that has been blowing up all over social media right now. News of the week. Romeo, I've got to thank you so much for sharing your time and your story with Severo Music Studios on the Off Key podcast.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Ladies and gents, as you saw, this none of this was made up, and this was most certainly the most entertaining thing I've heard all week. And man, bless everyone that's part of all of the parties that's involved in this thing. Like I say, I sympathize with both sides because this divorce is obviously a messy process. But man, this was a funny, funny story. And that just definitely deserves to be told. We need some positivity out of these situations. This is really what we need right now in our lives, despite everything that's going on. From my side, Severo Music Studios, the Off Key Podcast. Until I see you again next time, you know what it is, guys. One rhythm, one life.